Now this is critical. I truly believe that performing under pressure, entering the state, regional and state championships at the high school level, entering the NCAA or the national competitive competition for your particular level of college, whether that's the NCAAs, whether that's the NAIA, or the junior college championships or other affiliations, is almost like entering a minefield. Exactly the same thing at the Olympic level and the professional level. Whenever we are under pressure, it's like transporting ourselves into a minefield. Now, with any minefield, the overall direction, i.e. our overall goal, is very, very important. Which direction we end up going and our ultimate destination is critical. We understand this. However, once we've decided on our ultimate goal, the key to actually navigating a minefield, as you might imagine yourself in a minefield, is absolutely the 12 inches at our feet. Because if we take our eyes off of the 12 inches at our feet for just a second and we try and move forward, we could potentially hit a mine, lose an arm, lose a leg, or sometimes worse. In translation, performance is absolutely going to suffer. So what is the key to actually successfully navigate the present? Understand that our mind can only be in one of 3 time zones under pressure. What is the ideal focus? Where should our focus be in regards to the correct time zone? Well, as we know, we have the past, we have the present, and we have the future. So we know under pressure in any given game situation, our mind can be in one of 3 time zones. Of course, based on the description that we had of the minefield, it's critical that our mind stays in the present. And how exactly do we do that? We truly have what's called a process mentality, in that while we are very, very interested in achieving our outcome-based goals, we want to win the championship, we want to be successful, it is critical that we always get back under pressure in the moment. We always get back to the same question, the same focus in our minds. What 1 or 2 things do I need to do to execute right here, right now to be successful?
One of the hardest things to do with young people and athletes, I think, is to get them to stay in the moment of what's going on right now. Right. So many of us live in the past of our past mistakes or something that went wrong, and we're failing to capitalize on what's going on right now in a game. Yeah. Or there's 3 minutes to go in the game and they're up by 6 points and they keep looking up at the clock, wanting the clock to run out. Exactly. And they're missing the opportunity there. So I think the players that can understand in the game what they can control. They can't control an official's call. They can't control maybe a ball bouncing a certain way, but they can control their mental approach. And the great players have an ability to forget something that's bad that's happened and move on to the next play. And that's what I was referring to earlier, is sometimes when you're dealing with a player that has a low self-esteem and the game doesn't start well, a lot of times it won't end well for them.
Right.
And can you get a player where if it doesn't start well, do they have that concentration and understanding that if you could erase everything that happened in that game out of their mind and they were just going from play to play and they didn't think about the future and they didn't think about the past, they probably would perform a lot better by what's going on right now in front of them.